All right, so on this edition of Fauci Said What, I think he was talking to Jake Tapper, and Fauci says that the CDC is exploring whether they can reduce the footage of the coronavirus social distancing from 6 feet to 3 feet, because it's in some school in Massachusetts, they experimented or something like that with 6 versus 3 feet. I guess they had 3 feet or whatever, and it showed no difference from them having 3 feet distance. Now, here's the thing. First of all, in a conversation that I had with a friend of mine, she's in the medical field. She's well, as more information comes out. No, see, this is where I have a problem with that kind of thinking. The only reason I have a problem with that kind of thinking is this. I would be more on board with her train of thought, which is the same as a lot of people's, if it wasn't for the fact that there were people that were saying this a year ago. You see, that's where it kind of blows all of their crap out of the water with Fauci and all of them. If no one else was saying it and now we're starting to try to figure some things out, okay. But to sit back and have it where if anyone questioned this or said this exact same thing, lockdowns don't work, blah blah blah, then now okay, we kind of have an issue of, hey, we're waiting for the science to come out. But those people were silenced. They were taken off social media. It was everything. Now, this is what I'm going to say. And I'm by no means the anti-vaxxer or something like that, okay? I'm just going to say it like this. At a certain point, it almost feels like that in the end, they're going to say there was no sense in getting the vaccine. That's if everybody just sits back and keeps waiting at a certain point, because now we're back from 6 feet to 3 feet. Now they're talking about, what was it? It used to be 14 days, then they went down to 10, then they went to 7. I think at a certain point, in another couple months, we're going to realize that, hey, you don't really need to get the vaccine. But that's where that's going to go. Now, if we're going to say anything, the other thing we can take away from this Massachusetts study is this. And this one just came to mind, like during this video. The other thing you could take apart, or that you could take back from that video, is that if you remember, Fauci said some time ago that asymptomatic spread is not a thing. He literally said that, which honestly blows all the social distancing, all that crap out of the water anyway. But if you kind of put that in, if you roll that into the fact that kids 0 to 18 overwhelmingly have no symptoms from this, well, there you go. There's a reason to open schools right there. The reason you didn't have that was possibly no spread 6 to 3 feet is because kids don't have symptoms as a whole from this virus. So you really can open schools. I'm just going to say that. Now, I'm pretty sure at some point he's going to come out with something else that everyone already knew. But to wrap this video up, I told her, the friend of mine, I said, this whole thing is political. And she was like, well, yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's political. And I was like, you know what? If it's political, it's emotional. If there in any way is a political slant to the way this is being handled, then it means there's an emotional slant. And if there's an emotional slant, like I've said before in previous videos, when you add emotion to any equation, you cannot trust the outcome. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and see you next one.